If you like parlays, then you clicked on the right video because I got some juicy parlays for you guys this week. Stick to the end of this video because there are some crazy bets and I'll go over all of it. Last week we did pretty good in the parlay business, hitting 7 out of 10 of them. This week we're aiming higher, hoping to hit more. And I got some good juicy bets, like I say every week. I got some good juicy bets. But first off, guys, today's video is brought to you by Dakota Fins and Feathers. If you guys like hunting videos in the outdoors, it's a YouTube channel where they got all that kind of content. Go check them out. They're sponsoring today's video. But all right, so let's get into today's parlays. First off, I'm going to call these ones my checkdowns. They're the easy ones, the ones that are most likely to happen. First off, we got Mark Andrews going for 25 or more receiving yards. We got Zay Flowers going for 25 or more receiving yards. We got TJ Hawkinson going for more than 25 receiving yards. All those checkdowns easy. Then we got Bijan Robinson, 40 rushing yards. We had that last week. He hit it. He'll do it again, I think. Then we got Stephon Diggs, 40 or more receiving yards. And then we got, those would be the end of my checkdowns, I would say. And then now we're starting to get into the more of the ones that are a little higher stakes. Then we got Kirk Cousins to win for 275 or more yards versus the Chargers. Now, the Chargers have one of the worst pass defenses in the league. The passing offense for the Vikings has been very good so far. It's been the one bright spot of the Vikings. So I think the odds of him having a game with high passing yards are pretty likely. So that's why I like that bet. Then I got CeeDee Lamb going over 71.5 receiving yards. He's CeeDee Lamb, number one receiver versus the Cardinals. Cardinals are not great. 71.5 yards, pretty reasonable. I think he hits that. Then we got the Cowboys money line versus the Cardinals. Once again, do I need to say more? Cowboys versus the Cardinals. Cardinals worst team in the league. Money line, that's easy. Now, then we got the New England Patriots money line versus the New York Jets. Now, the Jets have historically, for the past, I don't know how long it's been, Bill Belichick era, I think they've lost 14 straight games versus the Patriots. The Patriots just own the Jets. I think that streak continues as the Patriots will beat them. Zach Wilson starting versus the Patriots. Not a good recipe for the Jets. If they want to lose a game, start Zach Wilson. Bill Belichick will make his life miserable. So, I got the Patriots money line. And then I also have the Patriots-Jets game at under 36.5 points. I think this is going to be a low-scoring defensive game. Both offenses are not great. Jets offense is not good. And then the Patriots offense, mid. And, of course, the Jets have a good defense. So I'm taking the under in that game. And then I got the Miami Dolphins covering versus the Denver Broncos. 6.5 points. I think they'll beat the Broncos pretty by 7 or more. The Dolphins look great so far. They look like one of the best teams in the AFC. And, of course, the Broncos have just struggled. Russ does not look good. He looks washed. Now, he looks a little better than he did with Hackett. I think Peyton makes a little bit of a difference, but overall, I think Russ is done. I think he's washed. The Broncos are not going to beat the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins win this game pretty easily. So I got the Dolphins covering. Then I have the Chiefs covering versus the Chicago Bears. Now, this is kind of a big number, and sometimes you want to stay away from those big numbers. 12.5 points, that is a lot. So, but I think Chicago has looked bad. And I think with an elite quarterback like Mahomes, the Chiefs they'll beat the Bears, I think, by 2 touchdowns. I think I'm going to bet on that happening. Fields has just looked awful this year. I don't know what it is. I mean, this could be one of those games where they get back on track. I'm betting on it's not. The Chiefs defense has actually looked very good through the first 2 weeks. They get Chris Jones back. I think the Chiefs win this one big. All right. And then I have the Los Angeles Chargers, or I have the Chargers and Vikings game. I have the over in this game. Now, this is a game that is very interesting. It's a very fun one to watch. I think it's 2 teams that really need this win. The Chargers, they're 0-2. If they lose, big changes coming. Staley looks like he's going to be fired if he loses this game. And then the Vikings side, if they lose this game 0-3, season's likely over. They're probably starting to rebuild. You know, they could be looking at trading Kirk. They could look at trading some of their veterans like a Harrison Smith, Daniel Hunter, sending those guys off for picks. And then I'm not going to say tank, but I mean, they're not a playoff team if they lose this game. So their season is practically over. So it's 2 teams that desperately need this win. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Teams with their I think they're pretty similar teams. They're both teams with great offenses and bad defenses. So this is a game that's going to be high scoring. It's going to be a fun game, I think, to watch. So I have the over on points at 54.5. I think they'll score 55 more points, right? So I think I took the over on that. And then this is the biggest bet of the week. This is the one that is the riskiest. This is the one that really makes this thing a huge payout. And it is Justin Jefferson going for 150 yards or more. Now, the Jefferson so far to start the season has been great. He's had 150 yards in both games versus the Bucs and Eagles, and the Chargers have one of the worst pass defenses in the league. Tyreek Hill had 200 yards on them in Week 1, and I think Jefferson's going to come out 150 yards. Write it down. I wouldn't be surprised to see Justin Jefferson go for 200 in this game. I think that truly is a possibility. Now, okay, so let's get into this. The odds of this thing. So if you put $1 into this bet, you're going to win $445.08. So huge bet. Not likely this thing happens. Crazy odds. Last week we hit 7 out of 10. This week we can do better. I think I'm feeling pretty good about this one. But the odds are not in the favor. But yeah. So also to this week, I'm gonna give you some more bonuses. I'm gonna give you a few different parlays that I like, little smaller ones. So I got Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins, the Patriots money line, Dolphins covering versus the Broncos. Take a look at that. And then of course there's some other smaller ones that I like that I think there's a good chance of those happening. Now those aren't the main ones, but yeah. So yeah, guys. So hopefully we can have a great week this week. So next week we come back. We're celebrating a giant win. And always remember, guys, to bet responsibly. Set your limits. Stick to them and be a responsible bettor. Any companies out there looking to sponsor me, shoot me an email. And then also, thanks, guys. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, do whatever you guys want to blow this video up. Thanks.